Welcome to the second installment of some of my favorite or underrated hidden gems from glam metal bands that I grew up with in the 80s. As I said, I grew up there. This was my time. I loved it, had a blast, wouldn't change a day. Rock was just fun. And that's the whole point of that. It was just fun rock and roll. There was some preachy stuff going on, but not too much. It was just a lot of, let's have fun. You live life once, live it to the fullest. And I'm all for it. If you think about party rock guys in the 80s with the glam metal scene, I think a lot of people in their top 10 list would have Poison in there. And most fans would probably know, Look What the Cat Dragged In, Open Up and Say Out. It has the monster ballad, Every Rose Has Its Thorn. And then, of course, Flesh and Blood, which had Unskinny Bop and Ride the Wind. These guys were all over MTV. Of course, there was internal strife, and CC DeVille, their guitarist, left, and the band returned with Richie Korzun and did Native Tongue, which didn't sell as well. Richie didn't last too long in the band because I think he fooled around with Ricky Rocket's then fiance and kind of got kicked out of the band. So the band is kind of regrouping. They get Blue Sarrazino to come on board. They start recording the follow-up. Bret Michaels gets in a tragic car accident and they can't really finish the album right away. So what the record company Capitol does is take two songs off that album, put them as bonus tracks on this greatest hits package. And the two songs were Sexual Thing and Lay Your Body Down, which I thought were pretty good. I mean, as I said, for bonus tracks, they were really solid. And I said, I'd like to hear this album if it ever comes out. And of course, Fan Demand pushed it. And in 2000, so about 5 years after they kind of finished everything, they released Crack a Smile and More. They added a couple of songs here to, get the fan base to get excited again, because I think a lot of people like me thought, I think Poison were done. The last album didn't do too well. We got a greatest hits package. They kind of went silent. I didn't have high hopes. And then this thing, I just went to the record store and I said, does that say Poison? Okay. No much promotion on this thing. Picked it up. Said, I like the other albums. I'll give this a go. And I was pleasantly surprised. I thoroughly enjoyed this album. A lot of great tracks on here. Nowhere near, I'm not saying this thing is going to beat Flesh and Blood, but I was surprised how entertained I was. And this is just Poison going back to their party roots. Nothing too deep, nothing too serious, just them having a good time. They know their shtick and they're going back to it, heading back to the roots of fun party rock and roll. So if I had to pick favorite songs, the album opener, Best Thing You Ever Had, nice little intro with the acoustic guitar, then it leads into this rocker. Shut Up, Make Love has a little bit more of a modern kid rock tinge to it, but still has that Poison flair, that swagger that I like. Baby Gets Around a Bit is not too bad. Cover of the Rolling Stone, a lot of people hated it. I thought it was fun. I took it as just a fun homage to that song. Be the One is a nice ballad. Mr. Smiley is okay. Sexual Thing, which was on the greatest hits package. Lay Your Body Down too. I love those tracks. No Ring, No Gets is okay. That's the Way I Like It is probably the closest you're going to get to something sounding off Native Tongue. Doing It As I Seen on My MTV is not bad. Then we have a couple of demos from or outtakes from Crack a Smile, and we got some stuff off an MTV Unplugged session. So we have Set You Free, One More for the Bone, Crack a Smile, Face the Hangman from Open Up and Say Out, which actually is a really good song. Your Mama Don't Dance from MTV Unplugged, Every Rose Has Its Thorn from Unplugged, Unskinny Bop Unplugged, and Talk Dirty to Me from MTV Unplugged. So overall, you got some nice bonus tracks on here. The studio tracks are pretty solid. I'm not saying this is going to beat Flesh and Blood or anything, but I was pleasantly surprised how much I had fun with this album. Now, is it a little ridiculous, these guys talking about, trying to get into a girl's pants by the year 2000? Yeah, that kind of been pushed out of the way with grunge. But that's Poison. They are a little bit ridiculous. And that's the beauty. They don't take themselves too seriously. They're a party rock band, and this is back to the roots. I thoroughly enjoyed it. If you liked Poison back in the day, do yourself a favor, search this out. I saw it on Spotify. Give it a listen. It's fun. And you can mix a couple of songs into you if you do have a Poison playlist, like Sexual Thing, Lay Your Body Down, Shut Up, Make Love, will easily fit in there and no one would notice that that's a newer track. But that's me. Do search it out. Let me know what you think. Share your thoughts with me. I'd love to hear from you. And this is Steven from the Aroundtable with my thoughts on an underrated or hidden gem from a glam metal band. This one is 2000's Crack a Smile and More from Poison. And I'll be seeing you guys in the future.